Okay. All right, so today we're going live on YouTube and Facebook. I think I figured it out. There we go.
Yeah.
Pardon me. All right. Not meant for me, probably. Okay, there we go.
Here he is. Stand in front of there.
Hey,
Oh,
how you doing?
find out.
You're gonna find out, huh?
Oh, he jarred it.
Do we need a chair?
Yeah. This is the gentle class, so we'll do some sit to stands, but we do most of it in the chair. We use a chair, a ball, like I use a wiffle ball, but anything about the size will work. Exercise tubing and 2 hand weights. If you don't have hand weights,
We got
hand weights, great, and a towel actually,
Okay.
like a medium-sized towel. All right.
What is it? First. What
Okay.
is it?
Oh my goodness. It's Friday.
Yeah.
Which means it's memory card day.
Yes.
Fun. All right, let me get my stuff set up.
Yeah. This is a good deal.
All right. Okay. Now the
Do you have
batones.
to change your password, Patrick?
Sorry?
Did you have to change your password or
You know what?
anything?
I didn't change it. I figured I'd let it go this week. I'm going to add a 2021 to the SmartXPD so people. So in the event that the person signing in just put that in as their username, that doesn't happen again. At least that way I'll recognize that is what somebody did.
This is George.
George, how you doing, man? Good to see you. How'd you guys find us?
Find out.
How'd you guys find us?
I didn't know anything about it.
I know. I just got him out here.
You just what?
I just saw you on the internet. He's a Parkinson's. He does Gloria's boxing class.
Oh, great. Good for you. Yeah, I'm running 7 classes a week now. I've got Thursday, I've got Undefeated, my boxing class.
That's wonderful.
And Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we have an energetic class at 10:30 and then this class at noon. So, yeah, we were just running 2 of these and then I added a third because they got a little more, popular and stuff. So, oh boy, here we go. It's a good group. Let's see. Where did boats go? Roger, you did it again. Where do boats go when they are sick? To the dock. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Roger.
Sure.
Where the boats go when they're sick.
To the dock. Yeah. We're here all week. Yeah, I got Susan and her husband sent me Michael J. Fox's book.
Oh,
Yeah, so I thought it was Annie Leibovitz who did the photography, but it wasn't. It looks very much like her style. So I was all prepared to thank them, but they weren't at the last class, and now I don't see them here yet. Cool. I mentioned this in the previous class, and I'll mention it again here. I talk about the 5 categories that we need to be maintaining, or the 5 things we need to do to maintain, to optimize our quality of life. And I've added one to the last component to the last one. And I will share with you, you guys know I talk about golf quite a bit. It's my new hobby. As of, 7 years ago, I started pursuing it. And so I talked a little bit about it. And Mike Bauer in the other class, who lives out here, is also a golfer. And when he was good, he was just like in single digits. He was shooting, scratch golfer. But the other day, he told me he was going to the driving range, and I said, "Well, which range are you going to?" This was yesterday, and he said Westchester, which is where I take lessons. And it just so happens that I had yesterday, and so he showed up, and we met each other in person, and it was really, really fun. Just meeting someone on here who I've known for a couple of months now, and then seeing him out at the golf course. And it was kind of funny because we both had masks on. So, this guy walks by, I'm like, that could be him, but I don't think so. Anyway, so there's this kind of 10-minute window where I could see he's kind of looking around, and I'm like kind of waving, but he doesn't know it's quite me. And it was this guy. I finally walked over there, and he's like, "Patrick?" I'm like, "Mike." Anyway, and I think we both really enjoyed, seeing each other and seeing each other in person. It was neat, and it kind of reiterated to me. So the 5 categories, first of all, so these are the things that we want to make sure we've got our boxes checked. Your doctor team, make sure you got the best neurologist in the area that you like, that you get along with, and is working well for you. So your medical team. Your nutrition, making sure you're eating right. You want to make sure that's taken care of. Your exercise, that's why we're here, right? Your exercise is very important. 4th is your sleep. Making sure you have proper sleep hygiene is incredibly important, especially if you have Parkinson's. And then the 5th is mental health, because Parkinson's has non-motor symptoms like depression that can occur. So we want to make sure we have someone, that we can talk to. And I'm going to add to mental health. I'm reading Sanjay Gupta's book, Stay Sharp, right now. And he talks about, as humans, how important socialization is, right? And so a week ago, I read that, and I was like, that's exactly right. That really should be on the list. And it can go with mental health, I think. So I don't have to add a 6th thing. But it was fun because it just, in the world we're living in today, it really kind of impressed upon me how much I enjoyed that interaction with Mike, and how fun it was for me to meet someone that I met through Zoom in person. And I think we both agreed it was a fun thing, and it really kind of struck me how kind of soulful it was. And important, and we miss that, and we need that. And the other thing it tells you is that what, there's a real world out there waiting for us, and we're gonna get back to something. But anyway, I saw him today, and we kind of laughed about it. I told him he looked better with a mask on, and but anyway, yeah. So I do these power occasionally. I've started doing them since we went into COVID on Parkinson's and different aspects of it. And so I just thought I would share with you, because it was kind of a presentation or a manifestation of the importance of that socialization. And we kind of get that here to a certain extent, right? It's not perfect, but we do need to have people we can talk to, right? We need to have our family or our friends, our network of people that we're interacting with.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome. You're welcome.
So thoughtful of you. I've read his first book. We were talking about that, and Susan and her husband sent me the second book. So, great. I will read it and hopefully be better for it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, how's everybody doing? Put your hands together. You made it for exercise class. Woo! All right. All right. I'm going to throw us on mute and we'll get going here. I guess we have a couple of new folks here. We have, I'm sorry, it's not Mr. Ketchling. Is that how you say it? What?
George.
George. Got to write that down, George. All right. Welcome, George. All right. So for this class, we're going to be using a tennis ball, 2 hand weights, a towel, and exercise tubing. And today is memory card day. On Fridays, we do add a little game that doesn't really take much time to challenge our memory. So I'm going to show us, hello, Sharon. I'm going to show us 6 cards. And I might throw a Ferrari in. Oh, I just gave it away. The wild card is going to be Ferrari. So there's not a picture. All right. Anyway. Okay, here we go. We're going to go in the same order for you, Shirley, so you don't have to struggle. All right, let me turn this light on. Hang on. Our first card of 6 is a
Yo-yo.
yo-yo. Yo-yo, very good. Our second card is something I would like to buy, but my wife won't let me. Sailboat.
No.
You know, the 2 best days of a person who owns the boat is the day they buy it and then the day they sell it. Our third card. Box. Cardboard box. Yes. So we have yo-yo. We have sailboat. Cardboard box.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Policewoman.
Policewoman. God, was that a reference to Brad Pitt's movie? What's in the box? Do you remember that? 7, I think it was called. Oh, God, that was horrible. All right. So we've got a yo-yo. We've got a sailboat. We've got a box. We got a policewoman.
Yo-yo.
Yeah, scorpion. And our last card, my nickname. Turkey. All right. So we've got yo-yo, sailboat. What's in the box? Policewoman, scorpion, and turkey. All right. Wonderful. Oops. So we're going to tuck those away in that little thing called the brain between our ears. That's a miracle, and we'll come back to them, provided I remember to do so. We'll come back to them at the end of class. All right, I'm going to mute you guys, and we're going to get going here. All right, very good. Grab your water bottle, and let's start off by taking a big sip of water. All right. So, it is our SmartXPD gentle class. And we're going to start by diving into the beautiful turquoise river and going for a swim. Big, smooth, stretching motions. Reach up and out. Preparing us for exercise. We don't go real intense or go real fast in this class, but we do some stuff that I'm hoping has a lot of value to it in terms of the way you feel, in terms of the way you face the day, in terms of the way we move. We want to move with understanding, specificity, and intention. We want to be moving mindfully. We want to develop a vocabulary of movement techniques and strategies which we quietly go about practicing throughout the day. And so if you're new, you'll see what I mean in a moment here. We talk about the way Parkinson's can affect parts of our body or areas of our body that are just a little more tricky to control or to get into contact with. Really big stretch, guys. We're not going fast, so you've got the bandwidth to focus on big. Think big, enormous areas of the body. The most important part of your body that I say is ground zero if you have Parkinson's, the area between your shoulder blades. I'm so glad I got asked that question many years ago. I was doing a talk in Pasadena, and the woman said, I have Parkinson's. What's the most important part of my body? Really big stretch, guys. Come on. Even larger. I hadn't thought about it. I didn't have an answer for it. And over the years, I came to decide that for me, the most important part of your body is the area between your shoulder blades, where you're able to pull your shoulder blades toward the center and tuck them down into your back pockets, figuratively, of course. 3 more. 1. Up nice and wide. Reach down over here to where leaves. Grab a fistful of leaves in each hand and throw them up and across onto your neighbor's lawn. Keep the air flowing. Keep moving, guys. So we're going to talk a little bit about that ground zero today. We're going to construct it. We're going to develop a more keener sense of how to control it and where it is and what it feels like. We learn 3 different ways. Spent your entire life learning things. Learn things, either reading them or right through word. Visually, we can see things. And then kinesthetic, we can feel things. That's the way we experience life. What's up, Hans? Mark is with. I hear you banging around over there. Put yourself.
How you doing?
Oh, we're doing good. Put yourself on mute, though, if you don't mind. Up here. Now let's go ahead and reach down to the left and up to the right. You gonna join us today, man?
I'm posted the mirror on your Twitter page.
You what?
I posted an answer on your Twitter. On your
Oh yeah, I saw
on your
that.
Twitter
I
page.
saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep moving, guys.
Can you give you any of them?
All right. Put yourself on mute, though. I can hear too much banging around, too noisy. And we'll come back off mute later. 1 more on each side. And let's go ahead and now alternate down to the right and up to the left, and down to the left, up to the right. Thank you, Mark. Mark's a dear friend from when we were all gathering together. Mark and I used to work out at the gym. His nickname is Superstar. Superstar Mark. He's really open those hands up, grab those fix full of leaves, and throw them up and across. 2 more. 1 and 2. And let's dive back into that beautiful crystal clear turquoise river and go for a swim. Keep your eyes out. Well, actually, there are no dangerous creatures in this class. In the other class, we get chased, but it's terrible. It's horrible. It's like crocodiles and bears and cougars and things. Terrifying. Horrifying. I tell this story. My wife and I were talking about, I don't know, something, taxes or something, and she said, "Were you horrified?" And I paused. Horrified? No. I'm a man. Men don't get horrified by things like that. If I was chased by a bear, then I would be horrified. And big, 3 more, as big as you can. 2 and 3, and let's let our arms slide across the surface of this river and stick your opposite leg out to the side so you can lean out over the edge of the chair, back and forth, side to side, feeling that. stretch, reach, beautiful. And reach out and across and hold. Plank it. 3, 2, 1. Switch. Feel your core engage. Tighten up your stomach there. Hold. 2, 1. And switch. Breathe. Don't hold your breath. 3, 2, 1. And switch. Reach, reach, reach. Hello, Lindy. 3, 2, 1. And stretch. And one more time over here. Get it out there. 3, 2, 1. And switch. Last time over here. And 3, 2, 1. And back to center. Go ahead and bring yourself to the front of the chair here, the edge of the chair. Sort yourself out, rocking back and forth. Go ahead and wrap your fingertips on your clavicle. This is the kinesthetic learning. And now, put your hands back on the top of your knees. In that hot spot you just created, tilt that clavicle up towards the sky a little bit. See if you can't perceive your shoulder blades, pulling them together and down. Chin is level, ears opposite the shoulder. Big breath in. Call that the calming breath or the reset breath. Big breath in through the nose. And then just relax and let the cavity just naturally compress. Don't force it out. Natural tendency of the body, just compress and let it. Turn your head gently to the right. Continuing to breathe and swivel back with a level chin across to the left. And back to center. Tilt the right ear to the right shoulder. Up and across, tilt your left ear to left shoulder. And back to center. And one more time. Turn your head all the way to the right. And back across through center to the left. Trying to see if you can picture your head, making sure your head is straight up, not tilted until you get to this one. Back to center and now tilt, right ear to right shoulder. And up and across through center, left ear to left shoulder. And up to center and go into snow angels. Smooth and large and broad. Rock back, bring the legs out. Rock back and bring the legs in. As you rock back or you lean back, tighten the stomach and try to maintain a nice tall neutral spine. Up. Arms are straight and down. Backs of the hands rise out from the sides and meet each other at the top. Breathe. Three more. Up. Two more. Up. One more. Up. And down. And reach across the counter. Open up your hand. Order yourself 5 scoops of ice cream. Then bring hands together. Tap your fingertips twice. Forward with the left hand. Reach the right hand now to tell the person standing there respectfully. Feet in line behind you. You're going to be treating yourselves to 5 scoops of ice cream. Reach over there. Tap them twice. Switch it up. Charlene, hello. Mark, good to see you again. Stretch, stretch, stretch. We got a couple of Marks here. One spelled with a K, one spelled with a D. One more on each side. No matter how you spell it, it spells trouble. And one more time. Here we go. Good. And spread the feet apart. Let's do a little stretch here for the low back and hips. Go ahead and point your fingertips towards the ground, hinging from the hip. Reach down, see if you can get down towards the floor, and then raise your arms forward and sit up, arching back. Let the arms fall to the sides. Palms up into the no money stretch. Big breath in. And back down again, this time a little bit further. Arms forward, sit up. Arch back, arms fall. Out to the no money stretch. And big breath in. Let it out. And one more time down all the way to the floor this time. Bring your arms forward and sit up. Arms fall. Palms up. Bring your feet back. And rest. One more big breath in through the nose. And out. Okay. Grab your water, grab a sip of water, and let's go to the towel. So we're going to use the towel to help us reference ground zero. And we're going to use it to help us get activated and our arms fired up. So we're going to pull the towel right against the chest. See if you can't perceive your shoulder blades coming together and tucking them down, which kind of aligns that beautiful front position here that we want to maintain when we have the ability to do so. Let's go ahead and press forward and pull right on back and press upward and pull right on down. Tell your arms to push and pull and press or push and pull back down. Feel the skin on your back as your shirt moves across it. The outer dimension of our bodies behind us. And in particular, see if you can't perceive the way your shoulder blades are moving. When you're pushing your hands away from you, they're kind of winging out to the side, right? But as you pull your arms back, you can feel the shoulder blade kind of resetting, returning to its position, going towards the center of the spine and almost pulling down into your back pockets almost, if you visualize that. That is that area we call ground zero. Breathe. We want to be on a continuing quest to be able to perceive, control, and feel our body fully, three-dimensionally. Parkinson's can affect the posterior of our structures of our body, behind our shoulders, behind the area that I call ground zero, and can make things in the front a little tight. So we want to address that, even if it's not going on. One more, up and down. Let's go ahead and press up on an angle and stretch that leg out. Back to ground zero. So now we're coming back to ground zero from a diagonal position. Keep breathing. Stretch and reach. Up. Try to straighten the arms. So you can get the arms up overhead and really reach up high and pull back down. Up. One more on each side. Up and back down and up and back down. This time press up and hold like a plank. 3, 2, 1. And down. Boy, you can really feel that in your neck too. Extend the arms up, reach up and across. 3, 2, 1, and back. And press up. Hold. 3, 2, 1. And return. Last one. And press and hold. 3, 2, 1. And pull it on back. Big breath in. And let's turn the crank. Big, big turn. And as you come up, you'll go right up through that ground zero position. Just for an instant, just notice it. Keep the air flowing. Make the crank as big as it can get. Bring it forward. Ooh, and pull it on back. This time, let's come all the way up and forward and around and then pause at ground zero. Just notice it and reverse the crank. Air is flowing. You want to move with understanding, specificity, and intention. See if you can feel every inch of the path with your body. Experience it. Don't just let it go by. One more. And we'll pause at ground zero. Press forward. Pull back. Press upward. Pull down. Up on an angle. Kick the leg out. Pull back. And up. And pull back. Again. Press forward. Bring both legs out for this one. Pull back, press upward, and pull back down. Out to the side, and back down. Other side, and back down. And one more time, press forward, back. Keep moving, guys. Up, and down, up and out, and back, and up and out. And back and pause, reset, pull the towel apart, bend it, trying to get to that perception of the shoulder blades together and down. Drop the towel, lower your hands, and just feel, listen to the feeling of what it is to sit in this open position. Big breath in. We can't always hold this position, nor are we intended to, but when the opportunity presents itself, go to your proper posture. Big breath in. And exhale. Okay, great. Put the towel down and let's go to the hand weights. Grab a sip of water as we're transitioning here as well. All right. Talk about the mind-body connection, being able to experience our structures as they exist, how they're positioned, really important, and how we control certain things. Let's go ahead with that muscle awareness drill by just doing the bicep contraction, up and down. No muscle works solely by itself, right? There are other muscles participating with this move, but the primary mover here is the bicep. And it's probably one of the simplest exercises for us to perform, where we're able to really identify with our mind's eye that muscle that is doing the work. So that's one way to perceive our body, being able to focus in on the prime mover. But then there are things that we do in this class, which we'll be doing in a moment here, where there are so many muscles involved and so many different dimensions or planes of movement that you really can't focus on just one. You can't really just experience one muscle doing the work because there are so many of them participating. It doesn't make sense to do, but we can experience our body in a different way. We can experience through its positioning and through different anatomical reference points. And I'm going to show you what I mean. I think I've talked about this. Oh, rats. I think I forgot to start my YouTube stuff. Maybe I didn't. I think I did. Oh well. And let's go ahead up and hold it here. Now let's press up and across as we stick our leg out to the side. And think of the pressing up as really just kind of picking it up overhead as you tilt. In other words, I don't want to torque the shoulder by bringing it across and down here. I want it to be almost like you're underneath the hand weight. And so what I mean about that is what I'm just talking about in terms of perceiving muscles doing the work. There's a whole bunch of joints and muscles participating in this move. So asking you to focus on your shoulder muscle or your bicep doesn't give you the whole picture of what's going on. But I could ask you to perceive up here and hold it up here. See if you can envision a straight line from your hand down to your foot. It's another way of kind of addressing that mind-body control. That we can kind of do. We can feel our leg, we can feel our hand. It's not incredibly easy to do, right? But we can. One more on each side. And back, and one more over here. And back to our bicep curls one last time, down and up. And again, you can almost hear how much quieter it is in terms of brain chatter to do this, right? It's simple. We can focus on the bicep. We can reference it. We can identify it as the mover. Breathe. Reset your posture, sit nice and tall. And we'll do two more. Up. One more, up and down. Give me that bicep curl and hold it there one more time, up and across. Reference a straight line from the knuckles down through the foot. Good. Up, down, up. And one more. And lower it, and lower it, and you're done. Okay, take a sip of water. I'm actually going to go start the video on YouTube here as you guys are transitioning. And we're going to grab our ball. Okay, good. Live on Facebook. Oh. Perfect. I am live. Good. Okay. All right. Here we go. So if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube and you want to join us in the class, just email me, patrick@smartxpd.com, and ask me to add you. You're more than welcome to join us in here. Okay. What did I say? Ball. All right. Let's go ahead and take that ball, move it between your hands. See if you can get it all the way across your fingers and your palms. And we're going to actually do a little speed here. So we're going to pick up the pace and go real fast. Using those arm muscles as well, and relax. So you can press the ball firmly between your hands and move your hands real quick. Breathe, don't hold your breath, and relax. Reset. Move yourself around. Make sure you're sitting nice and tall and fast. And rest. So we talk about our vocabulary of movement and our mindful movement strategies. Fast, go, go, go. And relax. Parkinson's can make things we learn to do without being taught difficult, like walking, like getting out of a chair, like getting into a chair, like getting into a car, like putting on a coat. So we want to break these activities down. Fast, go. And figure out how they work and practice them. So we're going to do our gait drill here. So we're going to have our brain sending action movements, action cues to reciprocal limbs. Let's go ahead and raise that right hand up. Reach back with the left hand. Raise your left leg up. Drop and switch. This is just kind of a little drill to get the gait going properly. So we weren't taught how to walk. You never had a walking lesson. Our arms learn to swing naturally. There's a natural cadence that occurs usually when we're walking. But Parkinson's can interfere with that, the swing of the arms. Maybe one side doesn't swing quite as well. So we got to learn to co-coordinate upper body and lower body reciprocal limbs so we can make this arm swing large and healthy. Beautiful. All right. With the ball in the right hand, I'm going to make a throwing motion. I'm going to tell my left leg to come on up. I'm going to switch to the side, throw with the left hand, and lift the right leg. So we are sending signals to those reciprocal arms to do something for us. And then we're moving in a safe and effective manner for the human body as well. Throwing. Yes, throwing is an action we've been doing for centuries, right? Think of the boomerang. You can never really figure out how somebody could hunt with a boomerang. I guess the concept is if you miss what you're throwing at, it comes back to you. Good. Bigger move. Make it exaggerated. Yes, you can get up out of the chair and do it if you want. Mark, good. I like it. Good. One more on each side. Now, with the ball in the right hand, reach out to the side and kick the opposite leg out to the side. This is a great drill. This is opposing directions. And again, it's another little trickier thing for the brain. It would rather move in both sides in one direction. It doesn't want to have to co-coordinate opposite sides, but this one actually is helped by the fact that we're leaning from one side to the other. So there's kind of a natural tendency to move that leg so you don't fall off of the chair. So this is movement 2 of our little drill here. And keep moving, keep breathing. We want to stay in a pain-free range of motion for all of this. Stretch it out, reach it out. One more on each side. And then we're going to break from that reciprocal pattern, put the ball in both hands, rocket ship up to the top, and then straight forward and back. And up and down and forward and back. So this is more of a symmetrical movement, right? Our arms on both sides are doing one thing and our legs are doing one thing. So it's less complex. And we're not moving real fast, so I want you to emphasize or focus on big and full extension of the arms as long as you don't have any joint pain. Everything we do here, we want to remain in a pain-free range of motion. One more up and back down, and now forward and pull it on back. Reset. Forward throw. We're going to put them in series. Forward throw out to the side. And now up, down, forward, and back, and then return to the reciprocal. So this is the drill. And again, we're moving with understanding, specificity, and intention. And the intention is to make these movements full, broad, large, and exaggerated. Almost sarcastic. You're going so big, you're being sarcastic. And up and down. As we move through this pattern, I want you to feel your shirt on your skin. I want your mind's eye to go fully to your outer boundaries, to be able to perceive our bodies as much as possible three-dimensionally. One more, up, down, forward, and back. Here we go. One, last one, to the side, and up, and down, forward, and back. Reset over you, turning your head to follow the ball. I call this one rise and shine, I think. or sunrise, sunset. I can't remember what I called it. It's from the Rise and Shine DVD I created, which is a series of 10-minute series of 5 10-minute routines that you can do in your bed with a wiffle ball before getting up to get you poised through your day. Turn, look, follow, track, trace. And one more up over here. And down. Put the ball between both hands in the palm, move it around a little bit, just back and forth. Point your fingertips down towards the ground. Hinging from the hip. Bring the ball down and then raise it forward and up, pressing the ball firmly between each hand and moving it around just a little bit. Now pull right down past your nose and then point the fingertips back down to the ground. Breathe, hinge from the hip, get them down there. Forward. Oh, stretch. Up overhead and pull it down. Fingertips down one more time. And forward, stretch, 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 up. Arch back and pull it on down. Reset. Big breath in. So there is elasticity. What the heck is that? A little small bug crawling across my floor. In our muscles, in our soft tissue, stored energy that we can access. And we're going to experience it right now from our arms and chest. You're going to raise your hand up with the ball overhead. Your other hand's going to come down. We're going to basically open the hands up, arms up, and feel them kind of spring back at the top and bottom of the movement. And slapping the ball in the palm of the opposite hand. The arm that goes up is the arm with the ball. Just feel that snapping back. Core stay in a pain-free range of motion. This is an active stretching for the arms and the chest as well. But that spongy return as it gets back to the full point. Interesting component of the way we move. What was that? Breathe. 2 more. 1 and 2. And put the ball in the hand, go arms side to side. Same thing here. You can almost lean forward a little bit to feel that sponginess. I think somebody's messaging me on Facebook. Good. 2 more. 1 and 2 and rest. Big breath in. Toss the ball back and forth. Let's take a minute here while we're transferring and we talk about the high return on this seemingly innocuous activity. What's going on here? Eye tracking. What else? Fine motor. What else? Muscle force regulation. Toss it up about a foot. Toss it up 3 feet. You just experienced muscle force regulation. All right. The other thing that goes on when we toss a ball is the tactile sense, right? Yeah, we're watching it, we're catching it. But we can actually do that without watching, right? We can put the ball behind our back and we feel it come into the hand and we pass it with control to the other hand, right? There's that tactile sense that is layered with our hand-eye. It's always there, and we use it with our hand-eye coordination as well. Okay, let's go to the tubing. I want to do some stuff with the tubing. So grab your exercise tubing and grab a sip of water as well. Gotta hydrate. All right. Okay, again, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube and you want to join us in here and meet our friends, just shoot me an email, patrick@smartxpd.com. Okay, take the tubing. Actually, let's start with a little external rotation, warm up that shoulder structure. So with the tubing across the face of your palms there, just hold on to it and externally rotate the upper arms. You know, shoulder function is, the shoulder is highly complex. And isolating certain movements like this is not all that easy. Sometimes I get people that are going out here, I'm just trying to get you to rotate your upper arm externally so you start to feel that heat, those muscles that stabilize the shoulder there heating up, muscles that externally rotate the arm are being challenged. Having the no money position right here, out and in, breathe. Okay, I think that should about do it. All right, that's good. Wrap the tubing around the arch of your right foot. Now, make sure that you've got it around the arch of your foot. If it's around the ball of your foot, it might snap off and hit you in the nose. And then you're going to be angry with me. So around the arch of the foot, with a relaxed hand, we're going to draw the arms back or the elbows back behind you, sliding right past your rib cage. Get into a smooth, controlled movement and maintain a consistency of movement. Out and back. Trying to reference the back of the shoulder to do the work. In other words, the bicep is helping, but don't make it about the bicep. Make it about the upper arms pulling back from the back. Breathe. Good. There you go. A couple more. And again, I'm sitting nice and tall. I'm slightly turned, so my chest is kind of facing the top of my foot. 2 more. 1 and 2 and down. And we're going to now do the Kung Fu kick. So take your left hand, grab the ends of both ends of the tubing, put your other hand underneath it, and leverage it across as you sweep kick to the side, keeping your arms straight. And it's more of a lift here, guys, rather than a pull. It's a lift up and across. So you create that nice diagonal across the body from the foot to the hands, and that tension will go right down through your core, strengthening your core muscles. Took me a while to come up with a name for this because it's an odd move. It's not a pattern a body pattern that we can really envision in our activities of daily living, but I love it because it's great training for the core in a transverse manner. Let's do 3 more. 1, 2, and 3, and relax. And let's go ahead and set up on the other side. What I mean by that is, for instance, if we do a sit to stand or we do a squat, for instance, you can immediately see that it's a body action we do throughout the day, right? We always are sitting up and standing down, or standing up and sitting down. We can see this move, very applicable to things that we do, maybe pulling the sheets up for a nap. But the Kung Fu kicks, it's a tough one. But I think it has a lot of value, so that's why we do it. Speaking of sitting to stand, I think we should probably do that after this. I want to get us up out of the chair a little bit. Nice and tall. Let's do 4 more. 1. I just love this exercise. 2, 3, and 4. And go ahead now with the right hand, grab the ends, left hand underneath it, and leverage it across and back. Lift, lift. Breathe. So there's that sweep kick. Yeah. 7. Let's do 3 more. We'll do a set of 10. 9. 1 more. And 10. And bring it back. and rest. Whew. Feels good. All right. Reset. Nice and tall in the chair. Let's take a moment here just to, again, remind ourselves of that ground zero engagement. Chin is level. Inhale and exhale. Okay. Grab the ball again. We're going to actually do some sit to stands. And we're going to pair gross motor with fine motor. So the gross motor is getting us up out of the chair using our big muscles. And then once standing, we're going to toss the ball a couple times and bring it back down to the chair. All right, here we go. Ready, go, and up. Toss, toss. And then slowly, with control, bring yourself back down to the chair and up. And I also want to talk about task sequencing, the concept of it. So important to identify it, name it, and practice it. So here's the first task, up out of the chair. Complete that task. Switch to the tossing and then return to the chair. So we're doing a sequence of actions. Here's 1, here's 2, and here's 3. Identify that moment of transition and change and practice it. Parkinson's can make things muddy or mushy. So as age-related factors can do as well, right? So my concept or my belief is that if we're practicing this switching of actions, when it comes time to execute a more complex activity like getting into a car that requires a sequence of different body positions, we're able to do that. We're able to navigate our way through different tasks or body assignments because we've been practicing task sequencing. And we'll do one more, and we're going to stay up and up. And we're going to take it back down to the chair slowly in control on an 8 count. As we go down, we're going to toss the ball back and forth. Here we go. 8, 7, 6. Improvise with it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down and up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down and up. 8, 7, 6. We're just going to do 4 of these. This is for 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one and up. Throw yourself vigorously into that. 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down and rest. Reset, big breath in and exhale. And let's grab another sip of water, and we're going to do kind of a cool down and stretch here. And then we'll return to the memory cards. No, I did not forget. Nice. Okay. All right, sit up nice and tall in the chair, and we're going to go to the throwing of the leaf drill, except this time, I just want, don't worry about the hand actions. I just want, get away from this thing so I don't whack my elbow on it. I want flow with the arms and the body. Just relax the hands, and we're going to start right into the alternating position, our alternating sequence. Down to the right, up and across to the left, down to the left and up across to the right. I'm going to add something to this. As you come up and across, lean forward from the waist. So we're bringing our hands towards the screen as we go up and across, letting the air flow, sweeping up and across. 2 more. 1 and 2 and reset into the no money position. Chin is level, big breath in. As you exhale, figuratively dive down towards the floor with your arms and stretch straight forward. Sit back up, let the arms fall to the side, palms up into the no money, and back down a little further. Forward and up, arch back, arms fall. No money, one more, so you can get down to the floor and stay down here for a moment with me. Just let your body drape forward down towards the floor. You'll feel some compression in your hip joint. That's probably okay as long as it's not uncomfortable. So you can get your fingertips down to the floor. And then again, reach your arms forward and sit up. Out. No money. Sit up nice and tall and observe that nice open chest. Try to retain as much as you can of that as you grab your knee, pull that chest up and open, and roll your ankle around. The ankle joint is a funny joint. You know, when you draw circles with your toe, it feels like almost ratchety, right? It kind of, and I think the reason is because that muscle, or excuse me, that joint, that ankle, works all day for us, typically under a load. In other words, it's got our body stacked up on top of it, and it's moving. It's not weightless, right? Now it's weightless. Let's go ahead and lower that down and switch to the other side. Just an observation, nothing to really have to think about too much. I just always noticed that when I would roll my ankle up and down, it felt like I didn't have quite the control, or I don't know if sophistication of movement is the right phrase. But I know if I had to spell my name with my toe, it would be messy. And down, reset, big breath in, and exhale. Again, inhale. And just let the, you know, when we were doing the elastic drill, where we're feeling our sponginess of our muscles, elasticity, that stored energy in it. It's the same thing that happens when we take that big breath in, right? The air comes out naturally. That elasticity in the cavity of your chest cavity just compresses. It's the same thing. It's kind of cool. One more time, big breath in. And exhale. Okay, let's go ahead and spread our feet out. We'll do my favorite stretch here. We're gonna go ahead and cue our central nervous system here to relax the muscles we're gonna stretch. So go ahead and put your hands together, then point your fingertips at the ground. This is just a little thing I do to get your hands between your legs. Lower down towards the floor, and then when you get your hands about to your ankles, go ahead and separate them. Grab your ankles so you've created a barrier with your arms, of which your knees can squeeze into. And as you squeeze them, you'll feel your low back relax a little bit or disappear almost. And release the right hand and sweep up to the side, turning your head to look to the hand. And slowly lower it back down, reposition it on the ankle, squeeze both sides for a beat, then release the other hand and sweep it up. Turn your head so you get some stretching in that neck. And back down, reposition both sides one more time, squeeze. Release the right hand up. Maybe without much effort, you'll notice that you get it a little bit higher. And back down, squeeze, and the other side. And back down. And slowly bring yourself back up. Bring your feet closer together so they're hip width apart. Ankles beneath the knees, toes straight ahead, reset. Big breath in. And exhale. Hands out, fingertips up, toes up. Make a fist, knuckles down, heels up. Back and forth. And up and hold. Right hand down, right heel up. And switch them. Relax, shake out, flip the fingers down. Big breath into the nose. And you did it. You did it. You made it through a gentle class. Hopefully you guys feel better, feel more alert, more open. We're going to go to the memory cards now. I need my ball for this. Again, if you're on Facebook or YouTube and you want to join us in here on Zoom, shoot me an email and ask me to add, let me know. I'll add your email to us. All right, here's the deal. I'm going to ask you guys to go ahead and take yourselves off mute. All righty. So we can go to the memory cards. There we go. All right, so here are the rules. We're going to call off what is on the memory card that I'm asking for, but we're going to wait until the ball drops. That's attention span. Here we go. Our first card was a
Yo-yo.
A yo-yo. Correct. Our second card was a
Sailboat.
sailboat. And who won't let me get a sailboat?
Your wife.
Your daughter.
Actually, we're going whale watching this weekend, which should be fun. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Our third card. Box. Good. Our fourth card.
Policewoman.
Policewoman.
Okay. Our fifth card.
Scorpion.
Scorpion. And our last card. Don't call me it.
Turkey.
Turkey. That kind of sounded like you were calling me a turkey. Turkey. All right. And I had a wild card. What was it? Ferrari. Very good. All right. Good job, everybody. Thanks so much for your participation and your support. And let's just keep them rolling, guys. Shoot me an email if you have questions or you want me to focus on something. I'm happy to.
Tell you it's rough on the well watch, don't go. They tell you it's rough on the well watch, listen to them.
Say that.
Dating went on one off Gloucester, and they said it's rough out there, and we were big shots.
Yeah.
30 years later,
Oh my God. Oh, so you're saying if they say it's bad weather, don't go?
on you, listen to them.
Okay. I don't think I have to worry about that. The wife is nervous enough, so.
Oh, sweet. Have
Yeah.
fun.
All right, thanks, guys. I'll take some pictures and I'll show you next week.
Sorry, I was a couple minutes.
Patrick, have a nice weekend.
You too, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you, Patrick.
You're welcome. George,
Thank you, Patrick.
how'd you do, George? Thank you, guys. Thanks, Bill.
Sorry, I was a couple minutes late this morning.
Oh, that's okay, Nancy.
Okay, see you Monday, hopefully.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome, dear. How'd you do,
Thank
George?
Thank you.
How'd George do?
Up there.
Okay, bud. See you, man. How'd he do? He looks good. You're on mute. I can't hear you, though, Sandy. All right. Okay, guys. So if there's nothing more, I'll wrap it up and go out in the backyard and hit some golf balls into a net.
Let's go.
All right.
Next time you're going to call me.
All right. Will do. All right, guys. Take it easy.
Thanks, Patrick.
All right, Paul.
Thanks, Patrick.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Roger.
Have a good weekend.
Thanks, Mike. You too. Bye, Wilkinsons. All right. All right, YouTubers. I'll put my email in the chat here if you want to join us. Shoot me an email. Where is it? Here we go. Yeah, that's it. All right. Thanks.